Hey guys, and thanks for tuning back into Karma Challenge. This here's Joe as always, and we're playing another episode of City Skylines. Now, as you can see, this isn't exactly where we left off in the last episode. We had, let's say, a couple complications since then. We were working on milestones, and specifically one that made everybody's health less than 20%, and then we were going for like unemployment. We did not get that one, and then there was another one, I forget what it was, but we did get that one as well. And then as a bonus, we were very close to having 1,000 buildings abandoned in the last episode, so I did some stuff to make our city even worse after the episode ended, and ended up getting like 90% of our city evacuated on accident, because it was a real hard to get them back after they had abandoned the city. The reason being is we were going for the observatory, which is this building right here, which I did, as you can see, I did get. Not only did you need 1,000 abandoned buildings, but you had to maintain having 1,000 buildings abandoned for 5 weeks. So during those 5 weeks, you could imagine that it went way more than 1,000 buildings. As you can see, there's pretty much everything. Like, I go down and all of these buildings will just spread out, like they're just everywhere. Now, this is not nearly as bad as it was a couple hours ago. And notice how I said hours there, which is why I don't know how long this episode here is going to be, because I have been playing hours upon hours of this game to fix all of the shit that we did in the last episode to try to get this city back. I have not gone through and destroyed a lot of these abandoned buildings, because when the need arises for those particular zones, they kind of just rezone and rebuild them themselves. So I don't need to take the time and destroy every single one of them, which is great, because God, that would take forever. Now, the reason that I brought you guys back into the mix instead of continuing to get money to try to fix it back to where it was before, which, by the way, we are now negative $4,397,624. That is actually on more or less than half than we had at our lowest. Off camera, I had negative $7.5 million in the hole. Over the last, I want to say, hour or so, I have gotten it back to, like, 4.3, 4.4 almost million in the hole right now. We are on the upswing. The reason that I stopped it here and letting you guys back in on it is because we were starting to lose happiness again, which means we're starting to lose people again. And this has been consistently like 300 or so for these hours since I got rid of the drains and stopped poisoning the water and everything. And now it's starting to go negative again, and that's because we have an obscenely high demand for industry, and I just haven't been filling it, obviously. Now, I'm still, very much in the hole right now, but I can zone things still. And as much as I don't want to, if I start zoning industrial stuff, it'll be a twofold kind of deal. See, we still need 10,000 industrial or square feet of industrial zone built to get this state of industry thing. And I did find somewhere, I forget where it's at now, but there is one for 20,000 feet of commercial that I thought we had gotten, but we didn't. And then I deleted all this stuff because I assumed that we had gotten it. Of course, now I'm not going to be able to find it, but I found it off camera, right here, business park. We need 20,000 squares of commercial zone built, so we are still going to have to build about 8,000 more square feet of commercial zone as well. So to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with the commercial zone now, and I'm going to do some high industrial commercial zones, and I'm going to place those just up here for now. Let's see, marquee, large brush, marquee. Okay, that does work like that. I was hoping that that's how that worked. Boy, this could have made things a lot easier. I thought this was just like a one dot. That makes life so much easier than trying to paint it with a fucking brush. But the reason I'm doing this right now is because even though we don't have demand for commercial at the moment, we will eventually. I also want a buffer space between that and industrial zone. So we'll make the rest of this all industrial. Okay, this is where the marquee kind of fails a little bit, I see. So it's not exactly straight going. It's alright, it still works better than the brush. We'll just kind of slowly fill it in here. And then I'm going to fill this all with industry like they want us to. And then I'm going to go ahead and hit play, and that should start taking our happiness back up as that industrial zone starts filling. Now, if it's going to need power or anything like that, I'm helpless to do anything because it's still very much in the hole. Part of that, by the way, when we were, or when I was trying to fix everything, I thought I wasn't going to get this low in money, so I took some loans, and now waiting for those loans to slowly pay back is also taking away from our earnings, which made us go even deeper in the hole, and is continuously keeping us low now, which really sucks. Okay, people are going down in droves, and I don't know why. I gave them the industrial zone that they wanted. I don't understand why people are leaving. Is it starting to fix? Nope, no, it's getting worse. I don't get that at all. I don't understand what's happening. I really don't know what's happening. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. I don't want to do this because it takes fucking forever and I don't think it actually helps. But we're gonna go and bulldoze anything and everything that is abandoned. Try to raise some property values. Mostly because I'm tired of seeing all of the little things. Also, it'll give us something to do, and happiness is going back up. That's great. Guess that's an industrial zone finally starting to work. And happiness is going back down. I don't know what you guys want from me. I really don't. Does it not have power or something? Because I assume that would be a problem. No, everything's working out fine so far. We were just all over the place. Still making money, but not as much as I was a couple minutes ago, which is concerning, because I shouldn't have any more costs. Industrial zone should just be purely money making. It shouldn't be costing me anything. So that's that section done at least. And that's just mostly because they filled it back in themselves. I hate doing this, by the way. I did delete a bunch of these off camera as well, and oh god, it's just like I kept deleting and deleting and deleting, and there was just so much there. It's like no matter how much I deleted, there's just stuff, just more and more abandoned buildings all over the place. So I just stopped. I just let them fill in whatever. What's going on with you? Cemetery. Oh, that reminds me, garbage. I was emptying a couple of landfills. But I guess I must have stopped. Because none of them have even the, like, emptying thing on them. Which is great. It's good news. Go back to bulldozing. We're still, well, I was gonna say we're still in the green for happiness, but we're not. As soon as I went to say that, we started losing happiness. So I'm just not gonna watch that counter anymore. It just keeps going up and down frantically. Good news is that we're still making money, and that at this rate, we will be able to recover everything. Let's look at unique buildings. How are we doing on this? Not even at 1,000 square feet. Boy, that means that is going to be real difficult. That is going to be real difficult to pull off. Shit, man. Because they only build it as they need it. Like, they didn't even fill in all of the space that I gave them, so giving them more space isn't gonna do anything for us. Because I was just gonna highlight this whole thing, just have them go at it, but that's not gonna help anything. Especially if they don't need it. Alright, we'll just, we'll keep doing our little cleaning up the city act here. Just gives us something to do. I wouldn't normally have brought you guys back with just so much going on, but yeah, like I said, I kind of had to. They were screaming for that industrial zone so hard that I was losing people, and I have to have people in order to make money. To save us from this terrible, terrible debt that we're in. And it's really not that bad now. Like, this entire city was just nothing but these fucking abandoned symbols. Like, it was ridiculous. You would scroll up and you'd see all these big ones just everywhere. Then you would scroll down and it was every single building just had one of these symbols on it. Not gonna lie, it was pretty disheartening. Just watching everything we built just completely gone like that. I mean, we did it on purpose, but I never meant for it to get that bad. But, you know, good news, we do have the observatory. Because of that, that little shenanigans going on there. And I, somehow, with 90% of the city gone, we still didn't hit, like, the employment rate of 50%. Like, I don't know what to do about that. I'm thinking that, once I make up the money, we'll just, like, cut the budget for, or not cut the budget, because cut the budget didn't do anything for us. Thinking what we'll do is we'll just straight up start turning things off. We'll start with the police headquarters so that we can raise the crime rate, since that is one of the other things that we need to do. And then we'll start shutting down, like, the hospitals. Not because I want people to get sick, but just because the hospitals employ a lot of people, and if I shut those down, it's bound to skyrocket that unemployment rate. think that might be all of our, oh, not all, but almost all of our abandoned buildings now, which is great. That is very nice to see. The city is finally, like, back to where it started. Obviously, we're still in the hole, so I can't build anything yet, but at least we got something going on now. Now, the water level around here when it rains sometimes floods these buildings right here, so I think that I kind of want to just destroy all of them, to be honest. So first off, I'm gonna just de-zone them. As much as I need these people, I'd rather them not be flooded. So that's what I'm gonna do, is just I'm gonna de-zone this whole area here, so none of the buildings can be flooded again. Because I don't have the money to raise them up out of the ground, to raise all of this ground here. So that's just gonna be my solution for that. Just cut them out altogether. I don't like how I'm still getting abandoned buildings now that everything's back to normal, but that is pretty normal. Like, we did get an abandoned building here and there beforehand, so that's not too bad. And we were also struggling with the often up and down happiness. Now you guys are bitching about not having workers. Are you kidding me right now? Not enough workers. Alright, so here's what we'll do about that. So I can't have an industrial zone right next to it. That's not what I meant to say, but I'm assuming that you guys probably know what I meant. I can't have exactly what I just did. Talking about it, I still did it. I can't have residential right next to industrial zone. So we'll do some low density commercial to try to fulfill that requirement, and then we'll do some high density residential. That way we can get some workers for these guys. Actually, we'll do some more high density residential as well. Now, obviously, that's going to mean that we need schools and hospitals and fire departments and police stations, but I don't have any money, so I can't do that. So they're just gonna be burning down and raising the crime rate and dying and shit, because I can't do anything about it at all. Like, I'm completely powerless to do anything about it. So there's gonna be a bunch of uneducated sick folk living in this section of town, if they decide to move in, that is. And that's really all there is to it. So I can't do much else. Just can't. Not until I get some money, at least. Speaking of which, I wonder if we paid off those loans yet. Yeah, apparently we have, because I can take this one. Time left 112 weeks, time left 372 weeks. Oh, that's great. Oh, well, we paid off the one that gave us 21,000. Yay! Well, we'll be able to pay those off relatively quickly once we start getting some cashola. How are we doing on that unique thing? Okay, we got over 1,000, and they've filled just over half of the space that I've given them. Which is not nearly as good as I thought that sounded at first. That means we're gonna need a lot more space. I just like don't have the workers for that. I know I could just fill it with industrial zone and just place it and forget it, because I'm probably gonna delete it all anyway, which I am, by the way, because I don't want industrial zone at all. I'll replace it all with offices, everything that I had industrial zone before the offices. Because if I put residential over top of where there was industrial before, then I'll get the constant complaints of, oh, I found goo in the yard, I can't even send my kids outside, shit like that. I'm gonna check all the landfills now, just because it's been a little while. I want to make sure that garbage is getting taken care of. To just keep piling up and piling up. That was last episode. We're more responsible now. That particular one, not this one on the other side, but this one right here. I've had to dump that more than any other landfill. Which I guess kind of makes sense, because it's in like the middle of the city, but there's landfills like this one down here that only dumped once or twice, and it's got quite a bit of city around it. Now we got another abandoned building here. I know, that's what I'm trying to do. Alright. Just pretend that didn't happen, I guess. Alright, so we got about 1,300 going on there. What about you? 13,000. Yeah, this is a huge fire problem right now. I know, nobody has workers. Well, you know what? I put in the industrial zone, or the residential zones. It's not my fault nobody's moving in, okay? I don't care if you're all abandoned anyway. I don't want you here. I'm only doing this for the achievement. You're already poisoned on the ground anyway. I can't believe nobody has tried to move into this new lot at all. That is really weird. Because we're practically out of space in the main city now. Now that everything's not abandoned. I know everything still needs to like fill up, but they should be wanting more space soon. Somehow still have a need for commercial, although it's barely any, and I don't know how that's possible. I'll put another strip in there if that's what it wants. All industrial. And in order to fill those workers, no, that's not what I wanted. Get rid of that. Let's get some more commercial. some residential takers here. So maybe we'll start solving the workers' problems. I know, it is a dream city. This week. Just wait, we'll start ruining your lives again. Don't you worry. We're only almost 3,000 or 3 million in the hole. Once we recover, I'll start ruining your lives again. What else we need to do? Crime rate over 50%. Yeah, we'll work on that. Next episode. City extracts a total of 3,000 units of natural resources. Shouldn't I be doing that right now? With the industrial zones? Isn't that what they run on, is the natural resources? Unemployment rate. Ooh, yeah, that is a good way to get the unemployment rate up. Is by having them build all these buildings and not being able to fill them. Think about that. Maybe we should go back to zoning. Did we get any takers in the residential? We did, unfortunately. I was just gonna wipe it off the map and just go back to industrial zone, but it's not like they're filling them up super fast anyway. They're building more commercial zones and industrial before they're even thinking about fixing the problem of not having workers, so maybe that'll just keep going up and we'll get this oppression office. Unless it ends up being one of those things where we gotta maintain it, because fuck, I can't do that. It's hard enough just to get to 50%. Closest we've gotten is 46%. Alright, what are you at? 1%, you can stop. You, 9%, whatever. Let's hit that garbage button. See where my other landfills are. Where you at? 1%, you can stop. I was draining another one, wasn't I? Yep, this one over here. 2%, you can stop. Almost 14,000 for commercial. Almost 2,000 for industrial. Alright, had to itch my hand. You guys aren't too happy about this, are you? I guess it technically should just erase all the residential. I'm still building like I want this to succeed. I don't. I'll tell you what, I can at least delete this part. Because nobody's built that far down yet. Stock it with commercial. Should be more jobs that they will be able to fill. I don't know why you're not switched to anything. Oh, that's because that's where the landfill and shit is. And I'm not gonna fill that in at all because then those roads will get congested. And I'm really proud of the fact that we haven't had a problem with congested roadways yet. But that's actually all the time that we have for this episode, guys. I know not a whole lot happened in this episode, but like I said, I wanted to bring you guys back in so that you could see what was going on and what I had to do, you know, to kind of fix this disaster of a mess. I mean, we did get rid of all the abandoned buildings in this episode, and that is one hell of a good thing. We are still making quite a bit of money, although we're still in the hole about 2.6, which is what, half of what we had when I started the episode. So by the end of the next episode or so, we should be pretty good. But until then, guys, have a good one. Bye.